Voidmage Gamer is now partnered with Flipside Gaming, so you can use the promo code on their website, all caps, Voidmage, to get 10% off all orders $10 or more. It's a great way that you can support both Flipside Gaming and Voidmage Gamer's channel. Hello guys, happy holidays. It's the time of the year where we all have our wishes, things that we want, or New Year's resolutions. Hopefully we can get a Commander 2019 that pleases us all. Probably not going to be true. With Commander 2018, you had a lot of issues and a lot of complaints, most of which I believe are justified. So this video is going to be 7 things that I want to see in Commander 2019. Some are just about mechanics, some are just about wanting to get our $40. Let's start it off here with the first one, returning to 5 decks. I think this is very underrated. If you get one more Commander Precon deck to work with, that's just more Commander. I mean, the math is there. More decks means more stuff to do. I know and I completely understand why they went to 4 decks, because it just made playtesting a lot easier. You could use the 4 decks in an actual game of Commander, which is usually 4 players. But there are still people that can have 5-player Commander games and still have pretty much the same amount of fun. All in all, this is pretty low on my list just because I don't think it matters that much, and I just feel like if we had more Commander products to work with, it would get more people interested in the game. The next one we have is Magic Arena support. The biggest complaint I've been hearing about Magic Arena is that you really can't do that much. The database of cards isn't that large, and it only really goes back to Ixalan, so even if you could play Commander, you'd be forced to play something more like Brawl, and we all know how that ended up. But what you did with the planeswalker decks, you could probably do that with Commander 2019. Just enter in a unique code to whatever deck you bought, and you would be able to play that pre-constructed deck on Magic Arena. This would force them to have to incorporate some sort of multiplayer in Magic Arena. I don't know if they're going to do that, but hey, I would rather play a pre-constructed Commander format versus not being able to play Commander at all on Magic Arena. And the next thing we have here is really about value, but something that is kind of taboo, and it seems that reprinting planeswalkers is really not their thing to do, but something as simple as the original Lorwyn 5, pretty tame planeswalkers, none of them are really outrageous. If the argument is that they're too powerful to be put in a pre-constructed deck, I just think the obvious answer to that would be put in planeswalker removal so that your only answer for removing them wouldn't just be combat. But hey, I mean, I want to get my $40 worth of value. And I think even just having something as simple as the Lorwyn 5 reprinted in Commander decks would be pretty cool. And next we have one of my favorite mechanics, if not my most favorite mechanic, Experience from Commander 2015. This needs to make a comeback, and I love it so much. It's rewarding. It's basically the exact opposite of Eminence, where you get rewarded for doing absolutely nothing but just having that commander. Experience works exactly how the format is designed. You choose a commander, you build around that commander, you play that commander, and then you play those spells that you build around it. Pretty much exactly what you're supposed to do in Commander. It forces you to make those decisions. That way you can progress through the game, get stronger, all with your commander. I just feel like people may not be the biggest fans of Experience because of having to deal with commanders like Marin or Azuri Claw of Progress for any sort of busted combos or interactions. I wouldn't blame the mechanic of Experience. I would just expect some better design around it. Something that takes a little bit more interaction preferably, but Experience still remains one of my favorite mechanics. And we have partners. I really want to see partners make a comeback in the precon. I feel like they kind of were on the right track with Battle Bond partners. You actually want partners that synergize perfectly with one another. There were a couple like Krav and Regna, Pier and Toothy that I feel like synergized perfectly and were actually pretty powerful in Commander. Now if they found a way to take that and combine it with the interchangeability of the 2016 commanders, we would definitely be onto something. I feel like the downside with 2016 was the fact that you got 3 partner commander options in each deck. I feel like some synergized better with others. It just wasn't clear, it wasn't as solid, it was kind of all over the place. But I still like the ability to interchange options and just explore and brew. And then we have what is really important, and is having a strong theme with your Commander precons. I feel like with Commander 2017, they kind of took the easy way out. Didn't really take that much effort to build around a theme when that theme is tribal, because all you need to do is just put in the same creature type of the commander you want to choose, and there you go. We saw that was a lot harder to do for them in 2018 when they actually had to go with lands, enchantments,
The synergies just weren't really there. There weren't any interesting mechanics to go with those themes. It's kind of hard for them to figure out whether the planeswalkers were supposed to be the big draw to the set or the themes. And money shouldn't always be the reason why you buy one of these pre-constructed decks. You should genuinely be interested in the cards that are in it. And then the last, but probably the most important thing that I could ever want in a pre-con deck, quality land reprints. You could talk about quality reprints as a whole, getting actual planeswalkers. That's fine. I would be willing to forgive all of that if they didn't do any of those. If they actually gave us decent lands for mana fixing, no more evolving wilds. While they're not terrible, the life lands that give you 1 life when they enter the battlefield tapped. Okay, probably the best lands that you get are Command Tower and the bounce lands. Those are actually pretty good staples as far as your land base goes in Commander. But something as simple as the Scry lands from Theros, they're not terribly expensive. They come into play tapped, but they let you scry. That way you can at least choose whether or not you want to draw into the next tap land, or even the shock lands. I mean, they just got reprinted in Guilds of Ravnica. They're probably going to reprint the others in the following set. These have been reprinted a couple of times now. It would be a pretty cool opportunity for them to give us lands that come into play untapped at the cost of life. Or even better yet, go with the Battle Bond lands, the ones that actually reward you for playing a multiplayer game. I mean, these lands scream multiplayer. Why shouldn't they be in a pre-constructed deck for multiplayer? Again, they're not terribly expensive. It's just about having a land base that allows you to play with the cards that are in the deck to begin with. Nothing sucks more than not being able to do something because the land you got came into play tapped. Except for maybe not getting the mana that you need because your mana fixing comes in the form of basic lands. But anyway, those are my 7 things that I really wish for in Commander 2019. Let me know what yours are. Hope you guys have happy holidays. See you all next video.